Yo, are you feeling stuck in your career? Ready for a change? Colorado Springs is bursting with job opportunities, and it's not just about the military. Today, we're going to be diving deep into all the economic and job opportunities Colorado Springs has to offer. Kyle's going to start us off.
So the 5 biggest employment sectors. Number 1, which is probably maybe a surprise in Colorado Springs, but nationally, IT and cybersecurity. Those are growing, and we're expected this year to add over 1,300 jobs from one company alone that's coming here, and it is microchip tech chip. So they're coming here and bringing in like $880 billion and expanding their silicon carbide. Yeah, that's what I said. Totally.
Billion, million. It's all the same.
100 billion jillion.
Billion.
Yes, $1 billion. Anywho, so IT and cybersecurity, if that is your thing, there are definitely options here.
Oh, yeah.
For that.
Yeah. I mean, what are some of the other companies within that sector that you can think of just off the top of your head?
IBM.
Yeah.
Google.
Yeah. It's Google here, I don't think.
I don't think Google's here. I don't know. You just asked me who I think of when I think of tech.
No, but there's all sorts of like cybersecurity opportunity here.
I'm not a cybersecurity guy, so I don't know exactly what they are, but I bet if you get on Indeed.com, you too can know.
Absolutely. A lot of it has to do with being so close to the defense industry here, so Kyle will talk about that more later. But number 2 on our list of like top 5 biggest sectors here in Colorado Springs, a really big one is healthcare and medtech. There's quite a few companies here, and it's a ever-growing industry here. It seems to keep growing. We've got UC Health, Centura, a brand new, well, not brand new, but pretty darn new, state-of-the-art children's hospital that just came into town. There's Phillips Siemens, all sorts of other companies. We have like over 46,000 healthcare and medtech employees here in Colorado Springs. It's a massive industry.
I didn't know
It's growing quite a bit, and it's obviously really good paying industry.
It's working.
It's working.
It's working for somebody.
Yeah.
And number 3 would be, well, actually, defense and aerospace technology. That is not always the case. Just because there's a military base established somewhere does not mean that there's going to be a huge sector of defense and that kind of tech. However, I got to read the list because there's so many heavy hitters that have major hubs here. We've got L3 Harris, Lockheed Martin, Boeing, Raytheon,
Northrop Grumman,
thank you. And then there's like 240 more. One of the reasons why is because Spacecom is here, Space Command. They are located here. And so
along with 4 other military installations, well, not to mention.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. I think that specifically, that's one of the reasons why so many of the defense companies are here is because Space Command is here. Not that I know anything about space, but that's a heavy, heavy hitter. By the way, for those of you that are looking to get out of the military and you want to stay into the defense space or some kind of engineering or some kind of tech or something like that, Colorado Springs is an incredible option that you're probably not thinking of because pretty much all the heavy hitters are here.
Yeah, 100%.
You could be too.
Number 4 on the list, manufacturing. There is a ridiculous amount of manufacturing here. I honestly wasn't even aware of how much manufacturing takes place here because the narrative is usually like all of our manufacturing takes place overseas, right? And a lot of these companies overlap in some of these different industries. For instance, Microchip does some manufacturing here. They also happen to be in that IT and cybersecurity space. But I think we have something like over 11,000 employees just in the manufacturing space here in Colorado Springs.
It's kind of more on like the south end of town.
There's a couple of different kind of like industrial sort of zones in town where some of those companies reside. It's just kind of sparse all throughout, really. But manufacturing is absolutely a huge industry here. We've got Bal Seal Engineering, Titan Robotics. They build some, it's pretty crazy stuff that has to do with like 3D printers and like big industrial 3D printers. They're actually over on east side of town. Lots and lots of different opportunities here. And like I said, over 11,000 different employees in that industry. So it's a pretty massive industry here. A couple other quick to boot ones that I want to mention. Tourism's huge here. We have somewhere between 20 and 30 million visitors a year. It blows me away because we're not a city that you think of right off the bat when it comes to tourism.
It's a B city, right?
It is, yeah. But when you really see what's going on around town, especially in the summertime, all the time, like there are tons and tons of people coming from all over the world to Colorado Springs. So again, like tourism and service, things like that. And again, nonprofit stuff is absolutely huge here too.
Yeah.
Hundreds and hundreds
Warrior
of
project this year.
Yeah.
Actually, right downtown. And there's a lot of nonprofits that support athletes. So we're going to tag team this final one because it is something that's kind of fun. And it's actually keen timing of us to choose this one because the Denver Nuggets just won the freaking national championship for the first time in franchise history.
This is the first time I've been excited about watching the NBA in years.
Yeah, it was decisive.
It really was.
It was an incredible
4-1 on the series.
Yeah.
Joker played lights out. Murray played lights out. It was insane.
Super awesome. So us Colorado Springsians, us Colorado Springers, us Colorado Springlites, we don't have a professional team here in Colorado Springs, so obviously we generally tend to fall within the Denver camp for all the sportses.
Yep.
But what is cool is we have very affordable, very accessible, really, really fun sports culture here.
Oh, absolutely. So Colorado Springs is officially known as now, the Olympic City.
Olympic City.
Springs what? The Olympic City. Springs what?
There's a $75 million Olympic and Paralympic museum. We'll feature that if you haven't watched our video on that. That's because we haven't done it yet. Silly. But we're gonna, so you can watch it later.
I think it's something like a couple of dozen different Olympic entities that are here, whether it's like USA Volleyball or
Taekwondo.
Yeah, Taekwondo.
Super.
All sorts of things like that. And then, of course, the Olympic Training Center. It's one of the premier Olympic training centers in the country. Athletes love training up here at the higher altitudes, kind of boosts their oxygen capacities within their bodies. And then we also have other stuff like the CC Tigers. They just built that brand new stadium in Old North End, downtown. Colorado College Tigers. It's pretty freaking cool.
Probably the most notable one here in Colorado Springs right now is the Switchbacks.
Yep.
So they're a semi-professional soccer team. They've got Weidman Field.
Widener.
Hello. Thank you. Not Chris Weidman. He's a UFC guy, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Sports is awesome. Widener Field downtown is awesome. Pro tip, just get the cheap seats because there are no bad seats in there.
There really is.
It's literally not worth paying more than double for the price of a seemingly better ticket. It's a small stadium.
Yeah.
Everything is good.
Yeah.
And maybe if you don't want to sit on the end zone, okay, I get that. But the Switchbacks are like the bee's knees out here, and they're really fun. They're a good competitive team. They're fun games to go to. They're inexpensive.
Yeah.
The whole town, like in that downtown area, there's food trucks out and all kinds of cool stuff going on. So.
Listen, they've made me like soccer.
There we go.
You know,
I love it.
They've made me like soccer. I really enjoy the games. I was not a soccer guy before I went to a game. And it feels like, really, honestly, no matter where you're sitting at in the stadium, it feels like you're sitting close.
Yeah.
Because it is so much more of a smaller stadium than like a Mile High or Coors Field or something like that. You feel like you're close to the action. You feel like you actually get to experience the game. And it's a lot of fun. And like you said, the food trucks are all down there. It's a 2-block walk to like Tejon and Moreno with like Fat Sully's and
Denver Biscuit
Company and like Dos Santos and all that stuff down there. There's a really vibrant little sports scene going on here.
You also have the vibes. Are they new?
The vibes are not really new. The vibes have been something of a controversy lately.
Okay, they're a minor league baseball team.
They are a semi-professional baseball team. We can get into details on that later if you want.
I just kept seeing, I've been leaving the airport and like going in and out, and like lately it's like vibe stuff, like buy one, get one tickets, like all kinds of free stuff.
It's been a huge push. So what it used to be was a AAA professional baseball team that supported the Rockies, right? So like your next step on that team, which was called the Sky Sox, would be you'd leave that team and you go to play for the Rockies, right? So I got to watch Nolan Arenado play there. I got to watch Todd Helton play there.
Wow.
He came down on the IR list and recovered there. And so we got to see a lot of really cool athletes play there at the Sky Sox and then go back up to Denver or whatever the case may be. And then they took the Sky Sox away. I think they actually moved to Albuquerque. It was either Albuquerque or Milwaukee, somewhere. And we got replaced with the Vibes. And so it was a little bit of controversy, but we love the Vibes. We support the Vibes.
Yeah.
All that to say, there's a really budding sports scene that's going on here in Colorado Springs. And there's a lot of job opportunities in that as well.
So Colorado Springs, while it might not be the first thing that pops to your mind when you think about like, where can I get like good paying jobs? Well, you're wrong. And now it can pop into your mind. Definitely look, we have a lot of job openings here in the city, and the city is continuing to grow and to expand, and bigger businesses are moving here. So
that's right.
Bring it on. We're happy to have you.
See you next time.